Well, this is it, folks. Walmart, urgent update. And folks, check this out. They're closing 87 more stores through a recent announcement, and there's a full list, according to CNN Business, from Bed Bath & Beyond. With their recent shutdown, the company is in dire straits financially, bankruptcy. The stores are closing, but folks, I got some insider intel that I want to share with you from a Walmart employee, not just a Walmart employee, but an actual manager of a Walmart, that you guys I'm going to say you're not going to believe it, but odds are you're probably going to believe it because it could happen. Now, the crazy thing is that we know that Walmart is in a peculiar situation, along with other retailers like Target, Walgreens, CVS, Home Depot, Lowe's. They're all struggling with loss, okay? But here, check this out. What else are they struggling more with? They're struggling more with labor and employees, and ultimately the employees and the labor are struggling with the rising costs of literally everything due to inflation and this recession. So, oh man, what some of these employees are doing is becoming very resourceful in ways of mitigating this economic challenge and crisis, and supplementing their income in a variety of ways that I don't think that retailers like Walmart and Target and Home Depot and Lowe's would really appreciate. But maybe this is why we're seeing such major changes in, specifically, we saw it in Target with a lot of remodels. You guys saw all the shipping containers in the parking lots. Well, some of those were actually overstock of product that were sitting at the ports after having been tied up in the supply chain crunch. But also some of that was for construction for remodels. Walmart too. And Walmart is actually doing this all around the country, if not the world, to make changes to their stores to accommodate new implementations of AI and other new technology, while also upgrading their infrastructure for security and surveillance, okay? While they're also charging you $1 to use their shopping carts. Don't forget that. But I want to tell you about this Walmart experience, or at least this Walmart encounter and conversation I had with someone who has to remain anonymous because, you know, they're not trying to lose their job, although everything that they're doing is literally trying to lose their job. But I'll share that with you in just a moment. But it says Bed Bath & Beyond is closing 87 more stores. I wonder if Walmart CEO Doug McMillon is literally reading these headlines thinking to himself, maybe we should do the same. What it says here, that Bed Bath & Beyond is closing another 87 stores as the struggling retailer barrels toward bankruptcy. The closing stores are in addition to the 150 closures Bed Bath & Beyond announced last August. Included in the new list is 5 buybuy BABY locations and all 49 remaining Harmon Face value stores, which once sold cosmetics. And cosmetics is obviously a huge pain point for some of these retailers, with that being an expensive product that typically ends up walking out of the stores unpaid for. But it says, according to a Bed Bath & Beyond spokesperson, as we continue to work with our advisors to consider multiple paths, we are implementing actions to manage our business as efficiently as possible. This store fleet reduction expands the company's ongoing closure program. And it says that last week the company warned in a regulatory filing that it received a notice of default from its lender, JP Chase. Therefore, they're out of money, unable to pay their bills. The company said that at this time, the company does not have sufficient resources to repay the amounts under the credit facilities, and this will lead the company to consider all strategic alternatives, including restructuring its debt under the U.S. Bankruptcy Code. So, what this tells me is that if I were still employed by Bed Bath & Beyond, I would seriously be concerned about my ability to receive my paycheck if they have defaulted on their loans and are unable to repay banks like JP Chase, okay? They owe that money as an obligation to the lender, to the creditor, and they can't repay it. They ultimately can go through bankruptcy filings and bankruptcy protections, and a company like JP Morgan Chase is perfectly fine with, you know, mitigating and managing that loss until they can actually receive something in return, if any. However, usually, inversely, employees, workforce, staff, the workers aren't quite as financially stable as JP Morgan Chase. They're not, you know, they're living paycheck to paycheck. They need every hour they can get. They need overtime. Odds are they're probably not getting full 40 hours a week. They're not getting overtime. They're seeing a reduction in their hours and their paychecks. And then on top of that, if they were to see a disruption and not be able to receive a paycheck because a company like Bed Bath & Beyond ran out of money, that could be very painful. But this is what Jerome Powell, this is what Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell had told us would happen. More pain felt by businesses and families as the economy softened and balance sheets shrunk. And it says that the company said that at this time, the Bed Bath & Beyond BBBY stock ticker symbol, which is probably worthless, but odds are we'll probably see a rally with this stock as options traders use it as a way to facilitate some of their winnings, defaulted on or around January 13th. According to the Securities and Exchange Commission filing, it could be forced to file for Chapter 11 bankruptcy reorganization due to its financial woes. Founded in 1971, Bed Bath & Beyond became a staple for affordable home decor, kitchenware, and college dorm room furniture. The retailer became known for its ubiquitous 20% off blue coupons and cavernous stores with merchandise stacked high to the ceilings. I remember those little coupons coming in. They were always enticing. But the company struggled to make the transition to online shopping and fend off larger chains such as Walmart and Target. Let me read that again. But the company struggled to make the transition to online shopping and fend off larger chains such as Walmart and Target. How many times, like, look guys, if you guys aren't paying attention, online shopping, e-commerce, this is where it's at. This is the future for now. I hope you guys are aligning with this. I hope you guys are paying attention. It's coming full force. I hope you're ready. Many shoppers switch. I say that in a way of I hope you're ready to use this as an opportunity for you to create some income, maybe even increase your income. It's not going to happen in the store. It's going to happen online. If you guys want to know how to do it, let me know. Many shoppers switched to those competitors as the novelty of Bed Bath & Beyond's coupons faded. Consumers can find plenty of cheaper alternatives on Amazon and other online sites, while also being able to execute on the shopping experience through content creators making user-generated content, UGC, to demonstrate the products and entice people to buy more while making money doing it. So here's the list, folks. These are the locations of Bed Bath & Beyond that they plan to close in the coming weeks. So if you work for any of these locations, maybe you've already been notified, but if not, here's your 2-week notice. 6850 US Highway 90, Anchor D in Daphne, Alabama. All right, so there's a long list here. I'm gonna run through some of these because there's a lot. I don't want to go through all 87. We got McCain Boulevard in Arkansas, South Signal Butte Road in Arizona, Cali, Barcelona, and Carlsbad, California, several in California. We've got some in Colorado, Connecticut, we got Florida, we've got, let's see here. I don't think the one by me is closing, even though it looks kind of odd on the inside. We got Idaho, Boise, Idaho. We got one Buckhead Loop in Atlanta, Chicago Ridge, Illinois. We got Kansas, Kentucky, Maryland, Massachusetts. We've got Missouri, New Jersey, New York, man, North Dakota, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Spartanburg, South Carolina, Hickson, Tennessee, Memphis, Tennessee, Plano, Texas, Temple, Texas, Park City, Utah. We got Virginia, Washington, and Wisconsin. So a lot of stores closing, folks. Yeah, there's a shift. There's a change coming in the economy. I've been telling you guys about this for the longest. I hope you guys are prepared for it. And it's going to have a huge impact and implication on a lot of people's ability to earn an income and maintain a steady income, especially if they had previously worked for a company like Bed Bath & Beyond and or worked with Bed Bath & Beyond as a vendor or any other input that relied on Bed Bath & Beyond for their services. And then even those are going to possibly be left hanging on the hook, left holding the bag, since Bed Bath & Beyond is out of money and they can't pay them. So they'll have to go through the bankruptcy filings and see what they can get out of that, if anything. Now, Walmart, folks, I do appreciate people reaching out and contacting me and connecting with me. And if you want to share anything, please feel free to do so. I have to maintain my end of the bargain with secrecy and anonymity. So I cannot reveal any information about this particular person, but I can say that they are a manager for a Walmart. But I'm not going to say which one because they've asked me politely not to, and I respect their wishes. I will say that I don't necessarily agree with what they're doing, but I understand. And let me just share the story. Understanding is not accepting, okay? So basically, they're a manager for a Walmart, and they know that changes are coming, changes have been coming, and there's continuous changes and evolution in business. They know that. But they do know that they are pretty much like, it's like an hourglass, and they're running out of time. The sand is almost like depleted all the way. And more than likely, their store is going to be shut down, and or they're just going to be out of a job eventually and replaced by AI and technology. They actually did mention a little bit briefly about possible changes in immigration, but I'm not going to get into that here. And they also mentioned the company continuously trying to find ways to bring in talent or replacements at a lower cost. So theoretically, just a forewarning, if you are a high level, high paid, high priced employee, just make sure that you are literally you are invaluable to the company, so that they can't try to replace you to save a few dollars, because they're all looking to do it. But basically, he says that he sees that there's an intense amount of problems within the organization and associated with the retail theft, but also realizes that certain actions have to be taken in order to protect one's self. And I can't confirm nor deny, but apparently they are involved. Hey guys, I apologize. After recording this video, I realized, and reviewing the YouTube community policy guidelines, I'm not able to actually post this information. So I avoid any possible suppression or restrictions, or even worse, any content strikes on my channel. I apologize. I won't be able to share this information on here. But if you do want to know more about this particular instance, and this particular situation, and this particular Walmart employee manager, feel free to contact me, or just check the link in the description. I can share it with you guys on another platform. But on here, YouTube has rules about sharing this type of information, and I don't really want to test it on this video, if that makes sense. Sorry. But sending $100 billion to Ukraine is not. So either way, I guess Walmart's not sending that money to Ukraine, so it's a different story. Biden is, but I digress. But the simple fact of the matter is that this is happening, and it's probably happening a lot. And as this continues to happen more and grow from the top, it's only going to put these stores at greater risk of closing, because the loss is going to be like unmanageable, because the management is in on the loss. And these CEOs, these CFOs, these the big wigs that are in the high-rise buildings that never show up to the stores, they know, they're aware, but they're just trying to figure out, all right, how do we stop the bleeding, and how do we pivot without having to just like shut it all down and retool and revamp. And that's what they're doing right now. And just a forewarning, just a heads up, guys, I think that this is irreversible. So the damage has been done, the wheels are in motion, the changes are coming, and all I can say is that I hope you guys are doing what you need to do to align yourself with these changes, so that you don't get economically crushed and wiped out and face an economic collapse as a result of seeing what's going on. It's not as blatant as those, you know, those hooligans in California running through an Apple store and ripping off all the displays. It's a little bit more intricate than that. But the businesses know, they're changing their business models, they're moving online. This is going to eliminate opportunities and employment in the stores, but it's also going to create opportunities and employment outside of the stores. And yes, they are working on ways to make it so that people won't necessarily be able to afford what they have to sell. But if you guys have been watching any of my previous videos, you know that Walmart is not only making plans to get further into healthcare and outside of retail and grocery store and food and other commodities and retail products. They're looking to get into healthcare and insurance premiums and Medicare and different things like that. But they're also selling their tech, because literally the writing is on the wall, and Walmart is looking to get out of the grind of the potential loss of retail and move into a much different role and a much higher capacity that literally allows them the greater opportunity for revenues and profit, while ultimately eliminating loss through theft, if that makes sense. If you guys got any questions, feel free to comment, let me know. I will be back with another update as soon as possible. You guys take care, be safe. See you. Bye.